Hello, hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the vintage paper girl. I'm back just for a little quick update on what's been happening around here and to share some things I've been making and what I've been doing. And you can see it's kind of all zoomed in here. I might have zoomed in too much, so we'll see if that's going to work for us or not. But anyway, how are you all? I've been thinking about you. I hope everybody's well and happy and not snowed in. Good Lord. We just came out of a big, I guess, 4 or 5 days of lots and lots of rain. We got it's overcast today and we're supposed to get some tonight, but we did get a few days of no rain. It's about 70 degrees. It's a southern storm. I don't know what you guys are getting. I guess some of you are getting blizzards. Please stay warm, stay safe, stay dry, cuddle up in the fireplace, a cup of hot chocolate or coffee or tea, and come watch this little video with me. These are a few of the things I've made since you've seen me. Not very much. I've been staying very quiet. I haven't been doing really any crafts or crafting or projects or pretty much anything. I've just been resting, so taking care of my health like I'm supposed to. So here I am with some goodies I wanted to share with you, and you can see there's lots of them here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pile them up and I'll just share the different things I've been making. And these actually are not for sale. They're just, well, not yet. They're mainly things I made to use in my journals. So I thought I would share with you some of the goodies. This one is for sale though. This is a folio and I call it my pink bow folio. Pink bow folio. It is wrapped with a beautiful piece of chiffon. If anyone's interested in this, you know what to do. I'll talk about it in a minute, but here she is. I'll give you some close-ups. We made this in a video, I think. I think we did. I can't remember. We've got beautiful pearls and lace. You open it up and we've got pocket, pocket, pocket. And this beautiful bow folio was made from the paper Cameo. And I'm trying to remember the name of the kit. Oh my gosh, I just went blank. I want to say Valentine Love, but you know, just go to the paper Cameo and you'll be able to see what the kit is. But I have made little tags that go in that pocket. I believe I showed this off, some of this off. And we've got 2 tags there, and then we have an envelope stack here where we just have some beautiful, a letter stack, you know, where you could write. Here's another one. This one's an envelope. You open it up and it's got some beautiful journal cards inside. It's got a pretty heart. And then it has this beautiful pocket that it's got lace and all kinds of pretties on it, and it has a beautiful tag inside for you to write on. So you can write on all these goodies, or just a good place to store ephemera that you maybe want to use these pieces in your own journals. You know, maybe there's something that you're, you know, working on and these pieces would be great in it, or you want to build a journal around it, maybe even. You never know. It's tied with the beautiful from my beautiful ribbon from my scrap cabin. Then we have beautiful little journal card, and then we have another little folio. I made this little goodie up here. Isn't this pretty? It's all full of lace, bling, pearls. Again, we've used some more goodies. And then I've got vintage lace on the front here. These are all vintage with one of my wax seals. You open it up and you've got 3 pockets, well, 2 pockets and a belly band, which I think you guys saw me do this in a video. I'm not really sure, but these are all little cards that you can use, and these are all from the paper Cameo from her different kits. I think this was Labels of Love, and it goes inside the pocket there, and that's vintage lace. And then we've got 2 more little darling labels. You open this up and you've got a wonderful place to write. All these can be written on, right? So it's just a nice small little folio, but if you're interested, contact our shop, which is a jeweled design. Let me stand up. I'm not sure what you can see. There is below this video a little V or a word more. You tap on that, it'll take you to the shop. It says contact seller, contact Jolene. And if you're interested, let her know, and then we'll get you the pricing and shipping and all that good stuff. So if this is for you and you'd like to have this as part of your stash. Oops, I forgot to tie this back up. I thought this was just, her papers are so scrumptious. There were so many things that you could make with and out of it. Oh my gosh. It was really hard for me to just pick one little project, right? So I think I might have wrapped that twice. Did I wrap that twice? I can't remember, you guys. It's been a little while since I completed it. Thought I'd share it with you. Yes, I could add more and more and more and more, you know, but there's a point where you're like, okay, I need to shut her down, right? Not my best high job. I'll go back and fix all those before I ship it out. So if you're interested, please ask Jolene about it. And there you go. And isn't she lovely? Oh my gosh. I couldn't decide whether I wanted the world's longest bow on this one, or I just wanted one, or if I wanted to show her face, or was I going to do it like way up there? Maybe I will. I don't know. But anyway. And then this lovely piece of chiffon that you could use on this or cut it up and use on other projects. That's the cool thing about folios. Usually everything can be used on something else. If you wanted, you could do that. But this was made from a pre-printed, oh no, I don't like that. Let's get her eyes showing at least. Lordy. There we go. Pre-printed file folder, which I didn't recommend these because everything has, I've glued and glued, you know, it has a kind of a tough time staying on there. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you since it was all completed and done. And I had not shown it to you completed, so I thought I would do that. Then I made like a bunch of these, and these were inspired by G at Happiness and Crafting. And these are, she calls them faux envelopes, and they're just made from paper. They're not, you know, but they're perfect to put little goodies in. So let me grab some goodies that you could put in here, and you can see, you just load up your envelope. You can glue it down. You can paper clip it in, you know, you can fill it up with all kinds of stuff. And so I made just a whole stack of these with paper, with some beautiful collage papers, and the papers are by Happiness and Crafting. So you can see I've got lace and bows and just all kinds of real pretty trims and vintage laces and just, you know, whatever you want. Now, I also made the mini size, which I thought were absolutely adorable. And you just pop in a little card for those. Of course, it would help if hopefully I didn't glue that shut. No, I didn't. Okay. There we go. So you just, you know, can take and put some little cards and some fun little bits and pieces in these. And, you know, so these are the mini ones, which I think are great on the corner of a journal page. These go on journal pages as pockets to hold your cards and your tags and, you know, whatever you might have that you want to, you know, put in your journal. So I did make these for my own journals. And then if I end up not using them all, I'll probably make them into sets and, you know, put them on the site for sale at some point. But for right now, I did make them just for me to use in, remember all those blank journals we made? Well, that was my thought, is that these would be great. Let me grab one. I have them right behind me. Here's my pink one. Remember these? We did, this was our last, one of our last projects we did. But you would glue that on there, right? And then you just fill it up with goodies. So you could glue it on any page you want to glue it on, right? And it gives you something. Or you can use these, glue them down at the bottom and make a tuck out of them. You could do the same thing with this. You could glue it down on 3 sides, or even make it a double pocket because you leave room there and there. So you could put something here and here. Or you could take this and, you know, tuck something behind it and put something there. And that would be really cute. You could use them, put them on a paper belly band and stack them high, you know, so you could do something like that. So there's lots of uses for all these little mini pockets, right? Mini envelope pockets. And these are just made with a sheet of paper. You can make 2 per sheet, or I think it's 4 for the little ones. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I made them a bit ago. So, you know, I've been having a good time with that. On the day when I have a little bit of energy, I will sit and make those. And then I put them in a little box, so I will have them when I want to put them in a journal. When I get this journal started, which I haven't started it. I really don't have any projects in mind, or really any particular crafting ephemera or anything. I just haven't been doing any crafting at all for the last couple weeks. This is a little bit prior to that. And then one day I saw somebody, I want to say Gail, at Gail Gustinelli, and she made these are made out of playing cards, and she used some really cute small, let me check my camera. Am I in camera? No, I'm not. Sorry about that. She made some cute small little playing cards. She took them and they were printed. They were beautiful, but mine were ugly red, so I covered them. And I gave them, let me get some bits to put in there again. Let me grab some bits. I throw my bits to the side. Okay, so you have a pocket here, and then over here, you have a belly band. So what a darling little tuck to go into another pocket, which actually, would they fit in here? Oh yeah, see, you could really just do some fun things with that by doing that and that, you know. So you can have all kinds of goodies that you can put into your pockets. But I did those in a couple of papers here. Let me just tuck these in, as you can see. So cute, right? Aren't these adorable? I just love them. No. Do these fit in there? But you could. I mean, you could just layer on layers of pockets. But aren't they darling? Super cute, made out of playing cards. I could have sat and made 100. Stopped myself. I just kind of made them for each cover of journals. So if there's a pocket, you could glue it down, but then you would lose the belly band here. But one thing you could do is you could take some pretty paper clips and just clip in a pocket. Sometimes you want to be able to write, say on a blank page like this, you want to be able to write on the whole page, so you can write on a note, put it there. You can have a secret note back there, and then you can write on this whole page, but you still have a beautiful pocket to decorate up one of your plain pages. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I really like these. These were gorgeous. Like, again, I could have made like 100. I had to stop myself. I had to say, no, you don't need to make, 40, just make a few for the colors of the journals that you have coming. So I know I had a pink journal. I know I have a blue journal. I know I have a neutral journal. So I thought that those would be pretty. So, I'm filling this up. And then I made these. And this was again, Happiness and Crafting from G. Kerr. She made these in a really quick little reel, and I had to watch that reel about 100 times to make it. But you have a pocket here, you have a pocket here, you open it up and you have a pocket there. And the way I did it, you have a pocket down there, and then over here you have another pocket on this side, and you have a pocket over here. So this has like just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this cute little thing. And I just made it with a piece of, looks like pink cardstock. Nope, just a piece of paper that's double-sided printed. It's printed pink on one side. Okay, so I made that one, and then I made, are you guys seeing this, or am I doing it out of, kind of, it's dark in here today because it's about to rain. So we have this one. Let me hold this up a little better. Isn't that pretty? I made these for my, same thing again, you have extra pocket. So there's a pocket here. We've got a pocket here. And all this paper and all these little cards are from Happiness and Crafting from G. Kerr. I just love her papers. And they let me make just the most beautiful things. All these little tags are from her. All the papers are from her. And the rest is from my stash. So you have those. Aren't those beautiful? And these, I'm thinking these would go into a pocket. Or you could, if you wanted to, maybe wrap it around a page and put a little paper clip, but you'd have to get a pretty hefty paper clip that could tolerate, you know, all the layers. And you'd have to be careful putting it on, you know, but you could do that, you know. But it's great for a pocket. I think either a front pocket on a journal, you know, maybe the front pocket, put it on, or the back, but it's definitely not a glue-on. It's definitely what we call a standalone piece. So I made those, or they're just a wonderful little gift for a friend. So that's what I've been making for my journals. I have one more piece to share with you. And let's see. Oh, here it is. This is our little paper bag pocket. Aren't these beautiful? These are pre-printed paper bags. And they were roses. So again, I pulled out all my goodies and I have decorated this. And this is the paper bag and I have closed up the pocket there. It's open at the top. You can see I have a pretty tag in there. You could put a lot of tags. I mean, you could really fill this up. I've got a pretty butterfly. I've got all these beauties. I don't know if you could see. Let me see. Yeah. That is a butterfly. And then we have the pretty gold bows on the tags. Again, these are Happiness and Crafting I have created with those. And that's several kits. So isn't that pretty? Now you can get these from our shop. And I believe this set is quite a few different patterns. So we have that pattern. We have that pattern. I don't know. There's another one in here. Oh, and that one. So anyway, and I believe you get a few stickers to go with it. So you can make some fun things to go into your little paper bags. Again, you can get these from our shop, and this is Design Journal and Supply. There is the direct link in our drop down box. So if you want some of these pretty rose bags, they do sell out very quickly. We've brought them in a couple of times and sold right back out again. So I'm not sure how many are in the shop at the moment, but I know there were a few. I did make that little tag and I made a little dangle with a little circular sticker to go with that. Maybe go up in the corner. I don't know. It depends if now someone says, what would you do with that bag? Well, sometimes in a journal, you will have a white page, which I don't have actual white pages, but maybe there's a plain page you're not that fond of. And so you just glue it on. You could glue it on 3 sides and leave that a pocket. You have a pocket up there and you have a pocket there. It depends on how full you want your journal to be, or you just glue the whole thing down, right? You can glue it that way and make it a tuck spot. I mean, the fun part is you could take a journal card and tuck it in under there. So this is what you do with the paper bags. Now you could fold it smaller even. Let me grab a bag. You could fold it up smaller, have a, and then glue it there, and then you have a short one there. You could open the top of this and have another, make it 3 pockets, whatever you want to do, and put that down. This one, I did cut it down. It was too tall. I'll show you. Because these paper bags are 8 inches tall. So they're as tall as the journal. So if you really want to cover the whole thing, I didn't want to, so I just got some pretty scissors and cut the top of the bag because I didn't want to cover the whole thing and have it sticking out. I wanted to cut it. If I was folding it up, then no, I wouldn't need to cut it, right? So it just depends on what you want to do with your paper bags, right? And these make cute little journals. They're adorable. If you want to do a little mini little journal thing, you could do something like that. So these are in our shop. We have lots of darling, we've got these cute little bags, which I used my other pink one. I don't know what I did with it, but I've already used it in a project. Must be something I already sold because I don't see it here on my desk. So it means it went somewhere where I don't know. But yeah, I have these sitting on my desk just like this so that I know I want to use some more, make some more things. So I put them where I can see them so I don't forget, you know, what I want to do. So that's what I've been making. My next goal is to do something with these blank journals. I'm not sure. I think what I'm going to do is every time I see a page that I really, really like, or a pocket or something, I'm going to make it and put it in the journal. So it becomes very eclectic and has a lot of really pretties. I mean, maybe every one of these things would go in here and make a lovely little, make a lovely little project. Let me tuck that in there. But as you can see, I've been a little busy. What have you guys been doing? You been making anything, doing anything? How's your weather? You guys all safe and healthy? I hope so. I hope everybody's good. And I've been thinking about you. I have missed you. I'm not sure when I'll be back again, but I'll do my best to come back and say hello. Let you know I'm still among the moving and active somewhat. So I hope you're all well. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And I'll see you all very soon. I love you guys. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.